welcome to the podcast. Today, we have so many software courses out there. But today, we are here with a simple roadmap that can actually help you to find a right tech path for you. So, let's start the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we are joined by our special guest, Maria, who is Director of Boston Institute of Analytics. Let's welcome her. Hello, ma'am.
Hi all, my name is Maria and I represent Boston Institute of Analytics Gachibowli campus. I come with about 20 years of experience in multiple fields and I've worked in multiple countries as well. And now my passion is analytics and AI. My passion is helping students and working professionals change their domain, or whoever wants to get into analytics and AI, I guide them, I help them with the courses that we offer, and all of the courses that we offer end with a placement support, placement and career support. So if you're looking for a job within AI or analytics, please look up Boston Institute of Analytics Gachibowli campus, and we are here to help you.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here. What type of courses that are available at your institution?
Thanks for that question. So I represent an institution called Boston Institute of Analytics, Gachibowli campus. So we are international. We are headquartered at Boston, Massachusetts in the US, and we have centers in about 7 or 8 countries, and we have multiple centers in India. Yes, and we are growing very fast as well because there's a lot of demand for trainings that we offer. So like our name suggests, Boston Institute of Analytics, we have about 15 courses that we offer, which include analytics and AI. As you know, AI is booming right now.
Yes, exactly.
And we are in the age of AI, and AI is a part of every domain there is.
AI is everywhere.
Absolutely. So what we do is we, in multiple courses and multiple domains, we have modulated our courses in such a way that they are very AI and analytics centric, and it helps our students understand AI tools which will match them to relevant jobs in the industry. So we have courses such as data science and AI, which is the most popular course and a very extremely relevant course because it is very, like, people from any domain can benefit from that course.
Why do you think that it is mandatory to learn AI nowadays?
It's mandatory. I mean,
skills in AI. Yeah.
I think it's very useful to learn AI tools because we are in the age of AI. AI has infiltrated our lives. Like, every decision we make day to day has got to do with analytics and AI. Like any shopping you would make, any places you would go to eat, you will look at the reviews, you will look at, what the analytics talks about that particular place. Any skincare product you would buy, you'll definitely look at reviews.
Yes.
So everything, we are in an age where, users have access to provide their reviews. And people use that to take decisions in their lives. So having said that, we are in an age where everybody has access to technology, everybody has access to internet, and in this day and age, students need to scale up to understand certain AI tools so that they can start their careers effectively and work on relevant roles. So that's one of the reasons why I would encourage students, or anybody for that matter, to know more about AI, to learn tools within AI so that you can grow.
As we are talking about AI, there is a lot debate. There is so much debate is going on about AI. So do you really think AI is going to replace human roles?
AI has already replaced certain roles. One of a really good example would be a telecaller role. So a telecaller role, we still have a lot of telecallers. You do need a human being to press that button, to take a decision. AI doesn't take strategic decisions.
But robots are there, right?
Yeah, robots are there, and they use what we call as, like LLMs, but they use set of instructions to do a task. A robot or like any kind of an AI LLM will not take certain decisions unless a human. Yes. So so AI will not run the world, but has been or is continuing to be a very strong or very big part of our lives. So having said that, it's important to understand, especially if you want to grow in your career, all big corporations, all the multinational corporations are using AI in almost all their domains and teams and, in their roles. So it's very important if you want to grow and you want to continue to be relevant and earn well and grow and progress and get promoted and all of that stuff is very, very important to.
What type of AI tools student needs to learn?
Depends on what domain the student wants to be in.
Okay.
So if a student, like for example, if there is somebody from a pharma industry, right, they need to know their domain first
Yes.
of all, and they need to also understand different types of tools that are there that will help them understand data better. Like for example, AI uses, or we have a lot of reports that are generated for the pharmaceutical industry that helps scientists take a lot of decisions.
Okay.
So
Okay.
having said that, students or working professionals in that particular industry need to learn these tools so that they can provide efficiencies in their work and work effectively.
So now AI is in every domain, you say, right?
Almost all domains.
So all the departments should learn this about AI tools and all.
Yes, I think people have already, like everybody uses ChatGPT.
Now, of course.
Now, yeah. So there could be very few people in like a given set, like in a college, in a bunch of BTech students. I'm sure 100% of them using AI tools to learn and ask questions. And
Okay,
things like
what
that.
type of AI tools you people are teaching for your students?
So we teach a lot of analytics AI tools. So it all boils down to different types of analytics trainings that we provide. For example, data science and AI provides about 30 tools and technologies, and we teach students how generative AI is and different types of analytics tools such as Python and Power BI and so on and so forth, which is widely used while working on large amounts of data, and they are very, very effective. So that is one example. We are going to be just starting a new course called Sports Management and Analytics.
Okay.
Now, sports management and analytics is a little bit of a niche field, because even though analytics is being used in sports for a long time, we are now, Indian sports are becoming more Americanized to a certain extent, while they're using even cricket for that matter. At what point does which batsman comes out to bat would be driven by statistics and a lot of analytics that comes behind it, a lot of analysis that has been done behind it, and those strategies are something that we will help students learn, especially for the ones who are interested in this domain. So now that is going to be a course that is not very easily available, and it's like I said, a niche industry, but there are a lot of people who are interested in sports.
Okay.
So I've spoken to multiple players and sports people. I've spoken to a gold medalist, a boxer, a gold medalist swimmer who's interested in studying analytics further because it's their domain and they want
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
They want to know all the updates.
Exactly. So we have legal analytics, we have digital marketing and analytics, we have investment banking and financial analytics. So we have analytics and AI infused courses in multiple domains.
So when have you actually introduced these courses at your institution?
So our institute is about a couple of years old in Hyderabad, and these courses have been have gone live since last year at least. We're seeing a constant demand of people who want to learn these skill sets, because there are a lot of people who want to get into this domain, learn more, because they're seeing it in their current workplaces. We are seeing students who want to start working with corporate, and they have and our courses really help them, because we provide lifetime career support, and we are affiliated with multiple MNCs, with over 350 MNCs.
Okay.
Yeah, so the chances of a student getting through a relevant role that is relevant to what they studied is extremely high, and even for the rest of their career we do provide support, so we do help.
Okay, for example, students, those have no idea about AI, how it works, and they have no idea, but they just want to learn. So how do you explain them? How do you prepare them for that?
So we have a lot of academic counselors, and I connect with each student as well, and we kind of usually students come with a particular type of an idea as to what they want to do.
Yes.
They have their own goals and aspirations and their backgrounds. So we work with students. We do it.
But they don't know their potential, right?
Yeah, we try to gauge their potential. We try to understand their background and provide that kind of assistance in terms of advice as to what they can take up. Yeah, for a student who doesn't know anything about AI but wants to get into AI, like I usually suggest them to, kind of understand what about AI?
Yes,
Do they
yes.
like numbers? Do they like?
So how do you identify them? Like what kind of knowledge they hold?
I think it's person to person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So students talk to us and tell us what their aspirations are, what they think their
Okay.
potential is.
Mm-hmm.
We do ask a lot of questions in terms of like one of the questions I
Do you
usually
run
ask-
any tests?
No, we don't. We don't run any
Okay.
tests.
Mhm.
But for students who are like non-graduates who are on their way of to graduate, I've seen a lot of students who have taken our programs and they are confused sometimes.
Yes,
I see.
yes. You know, students are so much confused because between they are choosing multiple paths at once.
Yes.
They don't know what to do.
Yes.
So will you guide them?
Yes, absolutely. So I see a lot of technology students, like BTech students, try to take our investment banking course because they want to get into fintech.
Okay.
So we kind of explain to them what the roles and responsibilities of a financial analyst in a fintech field is, and if that is what they're interested in, we kind of lead them. We help them through the course and things like that. But we do provide a lot of
I
counseling.
mean, you people are preparing the students for now or for the future? Are you preparing for?
So our shortest course is 4 months long.
Okay.
So it's now.
It's now only,
it's now,
right?
yes.
Okay.
And the future, of course.
So after finishing those courses, and what kind of jobs they are going to get?
So it depends on course to course, right? So our most popular course, which is data science and AI, even after the 4-month course, we see a lot of students get roles like a data scientist, an AI engineer, so on and so forth, which are very relevant and very high paying as well.
Okay.
So it helps the students start their careers with a great CTC. So you're like that's motivation enough, right? So and we really help our students start their careers very well. So we like our other students in other domains as well. We, for example, the investment banking and financial analytics course, I see a lot of students getting roles in risk analysis, financial analysts, so on and so forth. And these are the students who were interested in it in the first place. The roles are motivating.
And it was great talking to you, ma'am. And
Likewise.
thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you so much. It has been wonderful being here.